important, so it will be useful for you. Okay, microvision tool we are going to use. This particular tool, this is the thing, what version we are using. Microvision v5.25.3.0. Okay, so if it is there or more greater than that, it is okay. You can download this, which will support our IC, what is there in our laboratory. Okay. Next step. The first step is, if any projects are there, close that project. File, close project. Okay. The first step for our project is, our laboratory is file, open project. Okay. So this space you have to make. So I will snip it and share it, which will be useful for your future reference. Okay. In this, you please type your, before typing your name, right click, create a folder like this, new folder. So because you may have, now I have already there in MC Lab 10 PhD 351, but for your case, I'm going to give as MC Lab my registration number. Your registration number you can give registration number. I'm giving like this 0555 like that I'm giving. Okay. So in this folder, you, because it will be easier for you to prevent deleting the files later on or saving your files. So now in this folder, you give the file name. File name is going to be the project name. Project name, you give the same your task 1 or 2. Okay. And your registration number. So you can mention, let us take a task 1. This is not task 1, this is a trial one, but I am giving as task 1 my registration number. You can type your registration number like this. Step 2. I'm sharing that. Okay. So in this step, you give open. It will take file not available. Check the file name. Sorry, given open project new I have to give, and then in that already I have created 10.5 in this and new task 1. So I'm just giving this one. So please note down this new, create new project. Is this step 2? Just correct that particular thing. Correct. Here I have selected the existing project. So that's why it is saying already it is exist. So I'm creating it, save it. So this window will come. So in this window, I will share this window for your future reference. In this window, what you have to give is the IC what we are going to use in our laboratory. So it is a 8051 family IC from Philips. Vendor of our laboratory IC is NXP. The IC number is P89C51RD2. So please note down this IC number, or I will give it in caps for your reference. 9A1 RD2. Sir, why you are specifying this number? Because our laboratory will have this IC. Therefore, when you do hardware experiments, luckily you are being asked to come to VIT and you are going to do hardware experiments. that period of time, you must not confuse with the IC what you have used in the simulator. So for your practice, you can use this P89V51RD2 is the IC number. Please note down. Select this IC. It will have the specification. It is a 8051 based CMOS controller. Okay, microcontroller with all the specification, 32 input output lines, 3 timers, 7 interrupts, 4 priority levels, like that. It will give the list. Okay, you give OK. It will ask for whether to copy the startup page. Okay. You give yes for it. This yes. Now you can see that your registration number would have been seen here. Task project name is there. Whatever files you are going to use, that will be preserved here with the startup a.a51. So this is important for your experiment. So now you are having the option new control N. You can press control N and create the new notepad file. So here you are going to type the program. So program will have assembler directive, which is org. Org, note down. Org stands for origin, the assembler directive. And we are going to give the hexadecimal address as 0000H, or you can give 0H, no problem. Now let us practice with the simple addition program. For that, we require 2 datas. One data I'm going to take in accumulator or A register. You can note down A register or accumulator is the register which is a general purpose register of 8051 used to store the source and destination. Okay. So in source, you can note down in bracket one of the source. Okay. For any operation, one of the source will be your accumulator, and we are going to give a hexadecimal value. All the resultant values will be in hexadecimal. Therefore, we are providing hexadecimal value. Move a comma hash 0FFH. Hash stands for immediate data. So I will put a thing. So comment has to be there for every statement. I will explain later how to create the comment. Okay, in the theory class. Immediate addressing mode is being used. Sir, what is this immediate addressing mode? You are responding, you are requesting, you are giving the mail ID. I am giving the response immediately. You are joining the group. That is the immediate addressing mode. Okay. So through your mail ID, I am contacting. Let us take. So immediately I am responding it. Move a comma as 0FFH is the data. Second data I can store in another register. In C language, you are getting the inputs, no? Or in your Python language, you are getting the inputs. So similar way, here I am giving the inputs, but instead of giving the inputs, I am going to store in memory location. And you can see that values, whatever I am giving is in hexadecimal. No, sir, I want to give it in a decimal number system. You can provide in decimal number system. No problem. This is for the first experiment, we will do it. Later on, we will do the experiment. So R1 register is being used. So we are having R1 from R2 R7. We have used this. This semicolon is commenting. I am commenting each and every line for your understandability. It's the same procedure you have to follow in your examination point of view. Map also not an issue. We can provide like this. Now the next instruction, I have to do the arithmetic operation. Let us take simple arithmetic operation. I'm doing A and R1 is added. So it's writing A is equal to A plus R1. So how to write in assembly level code is add A comma R1, where A will be the source as well as destination. R1 will be the another one. And next, I'm going to give the, please note down here, colon S jump, letter you can give. Yeah. So this is nothing but I am making the system to be in the same loop. S jump stands for short jump. It is similar to your go to statement. S jump here, go to here. So where is the here mapped? Here is been mapped to the same line. So the system will be in the same line till infinity period of time, because it cannot move out of that. So during the period of time, we can view what is there in the answer. So file save as, the file name, you give your registration number, that is task one. What is the task addition program? ADD. Registration number I am giving. So my registration number I am giving, you give your registration number. Tree is every file, whatever you are going to show will be the extension .asm and the registration number. After that, you can see that all the commands are been converted into blue color. Add, move, is jump, end, etc. And all the registers which are supported or which are available in your microcontroller 8051 is been given in green color. Remaining informations are in black color. Okay. Now you have created a program, you have created a project. Now these two has to be interconnected. So go to source group, right click, add a new item to the, or add existing file to the group. Select this, add existing file to thing. And here you go to that file, C program will be default. Instead of that, you select assembly level language. Now you know what is the file name here. Compare and refer it. Okay. So this way you have to add it. I will share this link for your future reference. Adding the file to the project is the next step. So which is important. Or there will be no link between the project. Close. So now you can see the file is added. Okay. So this is very important. Without that, your file will, this what is added and this must be matching. So 1 minute. Both must match. Okay. So this one and this one has to be matched. Please be having a note of it. Then only your program will run. Okay, right. So now we have created the file. We are now to check the errors. We have to build the target. So to make it, first we have to translate it to machine understandable format. Give the button, press here. Translate. You will get assembling of the task is been done. Okay, I will snap this. Okay. I will give this for your future reference. Okay. Right. There is no errors. Zero errors, zero warning. Not an issue. So for example, I am having an error. I want to save this file. I'm saving this file. Or no error. There also. Okay, sir. Then I'm removing one more. Okay, saving. You can see how the errors will be reflected. If you double click, it will give which line there is error. So very simple tool. You can see. So this is for understanding purpose. I'm creating the errors. Okay, here you have made the error and it is reflected here, the syntax. Okay, so based on that, if you double click, you can go to that line number. You can rectify the error. So what is the error we have made is we have missed a semicolon. So that particular point I am going to make. Okay. Here itself we can find out when the color changes, it is okay. If there is no space means automatically the color will not change when you save it. So that time itself we can rectify. But if you miss the rectification, it will show the error here. And you have to rectify it. Again, you have to save it and you have to rebuild it. You have to get this information, 0 errors. Next, you build this thing. So second button, build F7. Next step is build F7. Build, or you can press F7. If you press F7, it will give this thing. So here you will be getting the project name. This is very important for getting your internals. Okay, so here only it will prove that you can highlight when you're like me, when you are submitting your reports. Okay, that you have done. So the correctors may understand okay easily. So everything must be highlighted for getting maximum mark. After that, click this rebuild also for verifying. Now for execution, the next step is you have to give control F5. So the next step is control F5. When you press control F5, or we will go to this and press it, it will give a error that is it is evaluation version. So everyone will get this thing. So if you are getting this, there is no issue. It's a trial version. So we are getting the limitation that your program code must be very small in size within 2K memory. Okay, leave that. After that, you can see this window. This is a debugging section. So in this debugging section, you can note down your program list of registers are available in this particular microcontroller, what we have chosen. And then you will get the assembly level equivalent for each and every case. And you will be having these windows. So now for execution, you can see that this arrow mark is very important. If it is not pointing out to your file, then you will not get the output. Okay, this arrow mark is very, very important. This arrow mark. Without that, you cannot get the answer. This arrow mark is there. We are comfortable. Okay. Now you can see the list of registers R0, R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, R6, R7. That only I said in the initial 8 registers are there. What is this 0x stands for? It stands for hexadecimal representation. 00 is the basic value on reset. So everything will be 0 except the stack pointer, which is at 07. Is a default position for stack pointer. Other cases, it will be 0 for all other registers. Then we are having program status word, which is also called as flag register. PSW, program status word or flag register. You can note down. So we are having parity flag, overflow flag, auxiliary carry flag, etc. Or as a register select. One by one, we will see in the theory class later. Now we can observe the output of this program, what we have written. So ORG000H is assembler directive. Therefore, the execution will start from the second line, move A, 0 FFH. So we can move to this particular register, you note down. Before execution, I will add one more window. So to add the window, you go for view, memory window. So you click memory window. You will get a memory window. 1 minute, I will again do it. View, memory window. Okay, you are getting like this. Let us take. So here, if you type a C:// OX000. It's not coming out. Give us C:/. This window is not working. Project, you will again open a fresh window. It is not working. right? We can see it later. Now we can first see the output. So 0 move a comma 0 fs. To execute, we are having this step 11. Okay, curve bracket within that one input style. You can see first instruction has been executed. Accumulator content has been modified from 00 to ff. So what we have done, we have moved the first data to ff. Okay, next we are giving the next button. The second data has been moved to R1. So since we have used R1, it is going to R1. Next we are clicking. It will perform the addition. The addition of these two data, if you calculate, so what will be the answer? You can share it in the binary format. Addition of ff plus ff in the chat box. You can use calculator or you can use conversion. But when you upload for your task, you have to show all the conversions, everything what you followed in digital electronics textbook. Maurice Mono, the same method you have to follow. But for time being, you just share your registration number for attendance with the answer for FF plus FF in the chat box. I will give 2 minutes time. You can each and every student can share it. Your registration number and answer in binary pattern or binary number system. Type your registration number and the binary value of the summation of FF plus FF using calculator in the chat box. Each and every student is requested to share the answer. Recollect your digital electronics concepts. You can do manually or you can use the calculator and perform the operation, convert it into binary value and share it in the chat box. Please share it. Then we will verify the answer. Yes, the first student here shared very good 11111110. Very good 19BC0342 has tried this level and 19BC0524 also tried. Okay, so you will be getting more than 8 bits. So how many bits we are getting? 9-bit output. Okay, others also type your answers. 9-bit output you will be getting. So this 9-bit output we are going to verify in the 2. So 9-bit output. So you can see 0 FE here. Okay, other than that, we are having it is each and every register of 8051 is a 8-bit register. General purpose registers of 8051 are 8-bit registers. Therefore, the overflow will be carried from the accumulator to the carry flag because our result will have 9-bit. So carry flag will be 1 and then the remaining condition things will be in your accumulator. So accumulator has FE and your carry flag, if you reference, will be getting CY equal to 1. Auxiliary carry has affected during this operation, therefore it is also set to 1. But we are not going to take it for our calculation, but these are the flags affected. Parity flag is also 1. So parity is based on the number of ones in the particular output when it is represented in binary pattern. Okay, everyone give the attendance by typing the answer. So automated attendance will be taken from this. Okay, and it will be verified with the sheet what you are filling. So 2 ways of attendance will be taken for each and every class. One is Google form will be filled. And next, I will randomly ask one question either in the Google form or during the class. The answer has to be shared in the Teams thing, and that will be the proof that you are attending the class and not giving the form and leaving the class in between. So any period of time, I will be asking one question, you have to answer like this. Okay. It will be very simple. What we are training you in the class, the same thing will be asked and you will be sharing the answers. So I hope everyone understood how the output will be there and how you have to write a program, how to execute the program, and what are the flags available in 8051. Parity flag, auxiliary carry flag, AC, carry flag, overflow flag, register select flag, F0, F1 are future enhancement flags. So these are available in PSW, program status word. And this is the hexadecimal equivalent of these values. All these bits have been converted into C1. And here you can see the accumulator content value and register value FF, which has been modified previously. Now it is not affected. So this blue color indicates that what are the informations affected by these arithmetic operations. Arithmetic operations will affect both the flag register as well as the registers which are mentioned here. So please note down that. So here accumulator is the destination. Therefore, accumulator will be affected as well as the program status word will be affected. So this is about 8051. So when you come for the Monday next laboratory section, try to have the instruction set. Okay, instruction set of 8051. So 8051 instruction set, you please download and have a printout of it, which will be helpful for your laboratory. PDF file will be there. If you type in Google, you will get it. Instruction set of.
Sir, which one, sir? 8051 instruction, sir?
Yes, 8051. Because you are going to use 8051. So please note down 8051 microcontroller. If you give in PDF form, you will be getting an instruction set. Okay. You please have one thing in your so this IIT Bombay instruction set, okay, or SIL apps instruction set, Silicon Laboratory instruction set, not an issue. Have any one instruction set of 8051 for your reference. When I am teaching, it will be useful for you to correlate it. Okay. Similarly, as for your syllabus, you must also download 8085 microprocessor instruction set and 80 instruction set. So these three instruction set is sufficient and we are going to follow 8051 for our laboratory and all other instruction sets we are just referring it for our theory. Okay, this is one of the instruction set. For a sample, I am just sharing this 8086 one. Remaining things you okay, please download this one. Similarly, I will share this in our theory class also for other batch students because I didn't explain them this one. So I'm sharing it for the E1 slot and E2 slot. So if any one of your friends ask what is this, you tell them instruction set which is required. So kindly download 80, 85. So this is just a single minute. Everyone can download and have it all the instruction set for your subject. Okay. So first, another thing, if you are interested, you can purchase the book. Okay, textbook. Or your own. If it is in old bookshop, also it is good. My request is you can have a book for our subject because it will be very useful when you are having interviews because all other departments, mechanical, ECE, CSE, Triple E, E&I, whatever be the domain, microcontroller, everyone is studying. Microprocessor, everyone is studying. Therefore, during the interview of your job opportunities, you may have one or two questions related to this particular subject. So this is for your life, you are learning the subject, not like other subject, only ECE students will know. So for example, electromagnetics, no other student will study that subject. Therefore, you may not have any questions related to that during the interview. But this particular subject will be known to everyone and anyone can test this particular subject. Not only engineering student, non-engineering students also studying this subject. So electronics, mechatronics, MSc mechatronics, MSc electronics, MSc communications, all master degree students, BSc computer science, BSc electronics, studying this particular subject. So everyone knows this subject. Okay, so the outline is understood by everyone. So please study for your life, not for my sake or Mark's sake or your parents' sake. It is for your life's sake. You are going to study the subject. Please prepare well. So this is about our tool, our demonstration. So what to take for your thing is always you have to snip like me. So I am snipping no for each and every step. So you have to upload each and every step with your time and no photography will be entertained. So only snipping tool has to be used or any document what you are going to submit. Okay, the format of the document will be given in the next class and snipping will be like this with the highlighter. Now highlighter is also there. You can highlight. Okay, this is the outputs are. So when it has been evaluated by another faculty also, you can show, sir, I have done it properly. So like that you can give and you can copy. So here you can also give your, sir, I am the so-and-so student, see, sir, my registration number. I only did this. So this is, you are going to prove yourself that you are done the project. Everywhere you can see your name will be there. So whatever will be the case, you are the responsible person. Okay. So you don't lend or give your document to anyone for uploading. It will be. So the student who is sharing the document will also get 0 marks with the student who has copied the document. So it is your responsibility that your name or registration number must not be there in any case. And the data set, what I have given is a general data set. When you are going to frame the data set, it must be based on your registration number. So whatever data set you are going to frame. For example, I'm telling you addition of two numbers. I have given FF plus FF. So instead of that, you give your registration number is, for example, we can take our leader, Shravani, I think so. We have made her. What is your registration number, ma? 19 BEC 0702. Let us take. Okay, your class representative number. Let us take. So this is our number means we can take the data as in PE data plus seven zero. Okay, so just a sample I am giving. So like this, we can take one option. Similarly, we can take another set according to our registration number like 0702 plus 9 PEC and make so different set of data and you can prove your addition result. So this will be unique for each and every student who is going to do this laboratory task. And the answers will be unique. Your manipulation will be unique. Therefore, no need of copying or sharing. The program skill will be same. You are going to do addition. The other fellow is also going to do the addition. But the data set will differ from register from student to student based on her registration number or his registration number or his name. Okay. So that will be the methodology of distinguishing your work with others. And the group members for the project. The other important thing, it can be, as I said, 3 members, 4 members, or 5 members at the maximum. Next class, make yourself as a group. Okay, that's why I have created the Google group. You can send and receive the mails to each and every student, and you can make yourself comfortable with the set of students who are going to be. And the name list will be circulated. Today, add and drop, they will be freezing that. Next, I will be circulating the name list in the tomorrow's class. Tomorrow's theory class, I will circulate the total name list of every slot. And only within the last slot, you have to make a group. All your reviews will be in the same slot period of time. And it will be conducted in 11th to 20th August, 27th September to 1st October, second review. Third review will be on 22nd to 27th November. So these are the tentative reviews. So review 1, I will repeat, 11 to 20. Review 2, 27th September to 1st October. According to your lab slot, it will be there. Sir, can I give in any time? No, no, no. That is according to your lab line, it will be constructed. Everyone should be present for that lab. If you are absent, you will lose the marks. This time. Okay, 22 to 27th will be the report submission uploading. So review 3 and report submission will be on 22 to 27th. Your task 1 and 2 will inform that will be on 11th deadline, 11th 9. Okay, 11/09/2021. And your task 3 and 4, that is before CAT 1. So next set 3 and 4 before CAT 2, 23/10. And task 5 deadline will be 21/11. So this is the date for each and every task and the review submissions, etc. Okay, so you can follow that effectively and keep it in your mind and proceed your laboratory session. So with this, we can end today's session. So I hope everyone would have submitted the registration number and the result for your attendance in Teams. From that, I will take with the reference of the Google form. Now you can leave. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.